All right, so what you see right here is my entire AI system. It remembers everything about me, everything about my clients, every single mistake I tell it, it never does it again, saves everything without context being bloated, because we know with AI, context is a big problem, context management. So this system takes care of that. If you skip to the end of the video, there is a Gumroad link at the end, which I've given. If you click that and download it and run it on your Claude Code, you will instantly see, 100%, 200% improvement on your Claude Code experience. Because right now what I see people doing is they are running Claude Code, but they are just, it's terrible because they are repeating the same things every single time. They start a new session and then everything starts from scratch again. You have no way of, building upon the scaffoldings that you are building and then creating a brain that your AI can use and make connections between different ideas that you give it, different pain points, all that type of stuff. This is kind of something similar to what OpenClaw was doing or is doing, but this is not OpenClaw. This uses like 25% of the credits, like 20% of the credits. I hate OpenClaw. I never even used it because I knew it's going to be terrible. And like, we all know like what's the popularity of OpenClaw looking like right now. So this is as close as OpenClaw as it can come. I'm going to show you how to walk you through this system, how I use this on a day-to-day basis. And then like, I'm going to show you what all it can do, the functionalities, what all pain points that I have solved. And yeah, that's pretty much it. So let's jump into it. Okay, so the main problem with AI right now is, or even ever, like the main problem with AI is going to be that it's trained on a generic subset like of database. So like everyone's AI sounds the same. It's like a generic AI. So if you tell it, so most people use AI like in the following ways. So they would let's say they want to get more sales for their business, right? So they would say something like, "Hi, Claude, can you help me create a sales strategy that will book me more leads and appointments?" That is terrible. Like it's not gonna work because it's just gonna give you the answer it's gonna give everyone else. Okay, so with something like this, it's tailored to you. It's tailored to how you think, your exact goals, and it's gonna give you strategies that other people's Claude codes will not give you. Okay, I'm gonna demo all of this in a second as well, but that is the other challenge with this as well. All right, so before, like everyone else, I used to just come in a new chat, type some stuff, have some connectors here and there. I think I'm super smart. I might have some projects as well over here, which will keep improving as I keep going, until I found something. Like as I'll show you, where it's this shit is crazy. Like it runs on autopilot. So it improves on every single command that you give it. Like if you say, don't do it this way, do it this way, it automatically updates it. So let me just give you an example. Whenever you create an Excel file, you have to make sure in the future, every single time, that the naming convention starts with Shrey_. That is an absolute rule. So make sure you put that. So simple thing like this, just to see what happens. This is a completely random rule that I've given, but while you're creating any automation or doing any work, like there is so many times where you're telling it again and again, like, okay, this is what I do. This is how I want it. So it remembers all of that. So I didn't even tell it like what to do. So let's just see what it does. So you can see right here, it created a rule right here. Oh, why is it in plan mode? Let me just click bypass permissions. All right. So, it created this file, which is basically a plan. And then, okay, reading memory.md, running list enforcement. Okay. So this is called an enforcement. Enforcements are basically rules, which is never supposed to break. Okay. Awesome. So you can see the rule is enforced. So whenever we create an Excel with the help of AI, the file name is going to be starting with Shrey_. So, which is insane. Another advantage of this whole system is that Claude Code by itself is not autonomous. So my goal has been to make this as autonomous as possible. For example, it's like, it doesn't ask me questions. It just figures things out. So whenever you're opening a new session, I would recommend to always start inside of plan mode with Opus, and then just go crazy with the plan mode, create a plan, and then go after you implement my new system. It doesn't use Claude and Chrome, with the Chrome extension. We all know that's super slow. It has playwright functionalities, which means that it can do browser functions like super fast. Okay. And, it will also ask you to give it all your passwords. So let's say you wanna, you haven't given it an API, but it has your passwords. So I have my Apple passwords given to it, like everything. So it just uses all of that. So let's say it needs to go to a specific platform, signs in, figures things out, and then okay, it continues. So this whole thing is built so that it can run as autonomously as possible, because that's my goal, right? 1 million a month with no employees is my goal. So that's how it works here as well. The only bottleneck right now is like I can only do like 4 to 5 tasks at a time because I need to pay attention. So right now still human in the loop, where yes, like the task will be running on its own, but I have to be the one triggering the task. For example, client gives me an automation to build. I have to still come in here and plan this out with Claude, and then it does it on its own. So that is the part I'm going to be focusing on removing next, but that's going to be coming up in future videos. For companies, like if you're a founder watching this, you're just a solo guy, this is more than enough. Like this is more than enough that like you'll need. I'm just trying to build like something on the next level. Another functionalities it has is let's say N8N connected. So any automations right now in the business, Claude just creates it right now. I haven't so we use N8N a lot, but what we do is we don't really create the automations ourselves. So Claude created this entire thing, tested it, debugged it, tested it again until it was live. That's everything that Claude did inside of this. Like I haven't even seen, I don't even know who made this. Like obviously like I told it to make it, but you can see like successful executions like all day long. So this is also something it can do. So you can connect your N8N, this, that. So it's all in the package which I've given at the end of the video. Once you install that, you'll just see how powerful all of this stuff is. You can basically build anything with this tool that I'm giving you. I cannot cover it in a single video. That's how powerful it is. So let's actually go through this in Obsidian as well. What is going on exactly in these folders? Like how do we conceptualize it a bit? All right. So archive is useless, I guess. So it creates these folders by its own inside of Obsidian. Firstly, why Obsidian? It can create nodes. I want to make sure I don't reveal anything. Okay. It creates nodes and it links them with other nodes. So that way Claude is able to see, okay, boom, boom, boom. Like, okay, this connection is there. So it has all the context necessary to complete a particular task. Another thing is that it's not the case where it's reading the whole MD file. This is indexed locally on your computer with Olama, so that this whole thing is basically a RAG database on my computer right now. So it only searches based on keywords and meaning. It doesn't read the whole file every single time whenever it wants to pull like something from somewhere. Okay. So firstly, assets, it just created a folder with my logos on it. Like I just had uploaded it and it just saved it. Like I didn't even ask it. Then it does something called daily notes, where every single day it's going to create a note of what you did, so that it has context and it keeps growing as you keep going. So like it knows, okay, yesterday you did this, and then in the past 15 days you've been doing this. So like it can make these connections. It can have a deeper context of what you're doing. So for example, you can see this stuff here. Boom, boom, boom. This is what I done today. Still open today. Stuff like that. Then we have files, contracts. So if someone sends me a contract, I can it saves it automatically here. Then we have notes. It creates these folders here as well inside. Okay, let's say it has different stuff here. Oh shit, did I just reveal my password? I'm gonna have to blur that out. So it saved my password, my business information, all of that stuff. Then every single automation that we did, like literally everything, like literally everything. Okay. It's gonna save all of that stuff here. Then we have Claude memory. This is the Claude memory file, which it loads this each time you start a session, and like it basically knows everything that you are working on, every single credential that you've saved, credential as in passwords, and all that type of stuff. And then these are all the different skills that are there, which we've saved over time. Okay. Then we have the companies that I'm involved with. I'm going to have to blur this stuff out, man. Then, it creates these type of folders. Then we have a folder for people. So everyone you speak to, about ever, it just creates a file for them. I'm just going to open a random person who's not involved. So for example, this person created a file. Okay, it created some backlinks as well. Perfect. So this way you can track your lead flow. One of the biggest problems I had was I was in my outreach, I was forgetting to follow up. Now I just click okay, now I just open a new Claude session and who do I need to follow up with? And it sends them a follow up automatically, all of them, and tries to book more meetings. So that is the context. That's why this people folder is important. Then we have playbooks. What type of different strategies are we implementing? Let's say you upload a transcript of a video, or you upload certain documents, articles, which you want to follow in your business. It just, creates a playbook out of it. I think there's a playbook for NA10 as well. Yeah. Oh, I think I just revealed my API key as well. Oh shit. I'm gonna have to blur this out. Okay. Anyways, so this is telling Claude how to operate with NA10. So it is giving all the strategies, hidden API discovery strategy. Basically I've covered everything that can possibly there in creating any type of automation software, this, that, anything. Okay. This is as detailed as it can get. I'm gonna have to blur this out, but you get the point. You will be getting this, but without any of these details about my clients and myself. Then we have different softwares. Okay. Oh my god, I revealed the API key again. Okay, I'm gonna have to blur that out. So again, all the softwares that you use, information about them, how to use it, the API keys for those softwares, so it's not gonna ask you again and again. Then it's a basic, tasks management type of thing. So you can talk to it saying hi, I have this task today. Can we start working on it? Blah, blah, blah. Then we have the normal Claude.md. Who am I? So it's gonna, ask you a bunch of questions at the start, and it's gonna create a folder around, a file around you. So Claude knows who you are and speak to you accordingly. So that's basically what's going on inside of Obsidian. There's lots of systems in the backend which you won't see inside of Obsidian, but you will still be taking advantage of. Again, once you actually go into this and download it and implement it, you'll see how powerful this is. So let me give you a few more use cases so you really understand how to use this. So I'm going to come into plan mode as always, or rather let's not do plan mode. Let me give you a simple example, then we'll do a complex example. So firstly, I'm just going to do this. Remind me to follow up with Johnny. I don't know who Johnny is, but remind me to follow up with Johnny on Thursday. Create a task for that. And send me a notification on my phone as well when it's time to follow up with it. Just gonna remove this part. Boom. So you can see here, it's going to take a while, and it's actually going to send me a notification. I'll tell you how to set that up as well. I think when you set it up, it'll ask you, you'll be able to set it up, all this stuff. So usually if you ask this to normal Claude, it's just going to be so stupid. It's going to be oh, how to do this, how to do that. Wait, I'll give you an example live. Look, so let's wait for this to finish. We're using Sonnet 4.6. We're going to give this same prompt, but inside the normal Claude thing. And so you can see with every single reply, it's doing vault maintenance. So it's checking okay, does anything need to be updated inside of Obsidian? In this case, yes. So you're just allowing it. Done. Added to tasks, and then added a phone notification schedule for Thursday. Now let's see what happens if I just go in here all of you and just use Claude normal. Sonnet 4.6, same exact stuff. Nothing is different. Let's see. Okay. It's set up linear. Okay, but I don't use linear. I've just connected it. No one asked it to use linear for this. Okay, let's just see. Let's just give it the benefit of the doubt. And then it's saying, okay, Google Calendar for the phone notification. So you see the difference there. Here, it just used what it had. If linear and Google Calendar was not connected, it could not have done this. But over there, it specifically chose the Obsidian task system, and it specifically chose to send me a phone notification via this app. So it's an app called NTFY. So you can just download that on your phone, so you can connect it with Claude Code, and like it sends you notifications and stuff. So okay. So let's actually create like a huge automation, and I'll show you how good this is. Okay, it can actually create end-to-end N8N automations, test it, ship it, all of that. I want to create an automation. I'm showcasing the vault and its features right now to my audience, and I want to essentially show them how powerful this is. So I want you to create an N8N automation, which is super complex. Like, it doesn't need to be super complex. It just make it moderately complex so that the people watching this are actually impressed. Create the N8N automation about some imaginary use case, which is actually like based in reality. Make it complex, use the different features, blah, blah, blah. Test it, and then ship it, and let me know once it's ready, and tell me what the automation does. Firstly, I want you to plan it inside of plan mode, so I'm going to put you in that. So because I don't want to show you a real example, we'll just do this for example, but it could be literally any real situation. Also, make sure you connect Vercel and GitHub, so that way you can create beautiful front ends as well. So you can say, hi, I want to create, create this on GitHub. I want to create a landing page for my website. For example, wait, let me show you my website. So this is my website. It's completely created on GitHub. I just told Claude Code, give me a beautiful website for my website, just add all this stuff, whatever. Make it super good, make it look like $20,000 was spent on it, and then basically make it live as well. Make it live and deploy it on Vercel. So Vercel GitHub is going to be a great combination for these type of front ends that you want to make. You can create full-on softwares as well. So we've created complete softwares as well. Stuff like this. So this was something I built for a recruitment agency that I was working with. So, what's going on? Okay, yeah. So this is a software which I've created for one of my clients. One-shotted it, absolutely no revision. So we spent a lot of time inside of plan mode. And then you can, what this software does is it scrapes LinkedIn profiles. It matches those profiles with a job description. It scrapes from Zoom info that's still pending. It validates their email like via debounce, and then it sends them an AI phone call as well saying, hi, are you looking for a job, blah, blah, blah. So this is something I've built for them as well. They were just using it yesterday. So this is completely created with my system. Like literally anything you can imagine which happens on a screen can be created. I don't know, like whatever. So while this cooks, I'm just gonna go into Gumroad and show you guys what this is and how to actually implement it. So this is the 100K Claude Code packet. You can get it for free, obviously. I don't need your money here because I make enough already. And yeah, so you add this to cart, you download it, and what you'll see once you download it is a zip file, and I'll show you how to use it. So you'll have a zip file. So just open. Wait, let me just start this. Okay, what's this? It's creating some automation, God knows what. But yeah, let's just let it do its thing. Okay. So when you actually download the zip file from this Gumroad thing, you want to click this, add files and photos, and then actually have that zip file inserted here. So it's called, so you want to attach this folder. Just have to reset it. And then you also want to specifically take this file inside of it. One sec. So Claude Code System Part 2, and this is the first message. Okay. So this is a first time setup thing. You want to take these two files and like upload them here as well. So it knows like, okay, this is the stuff I need to start with. So let me go in here. Boom, boom. Insert. And then you just click send. And that essentially starts the setup for your Claude Code system. Yep, so it's reading the first message. Then it'll just ask you a bunch of questions and start setting this up for you. so start. I wanna set it up. Everything's in the folder which I've attached. So mine is messing up because like I've already set this up. So for you, it will just directly start because it's not intelligent enough to like ask you questions and stuff. Yeah. So it already knows that this is already like running. So basically if you run this, you will start seeing like it's going to ask you a bunch of questions, blah, blah, blah. And then yeah, it'll go from there. So I'm just going to stop this. I don't want to mess anything up. Let's go back to the automation that we were creating as a test. So you can see here, it said 15 minutes to build. You can do something else. It's going to take me 15 minutes. So come back in 15 minutes. So that's how this stuff works exactly. So it's actually like creating this automation right now. All right. So it took almost 15 minutes. As you can see here, workflow is live. What is it exactly? Every morning at 6 a.m., the workflow pulls a list of businesses, headlines. Okay. It's some bullshit, but whatever, you get the point. Let's actually see the workflow. Okay, like it's like a normal looking workflow. I've definitely seen it create way more complex stuff, like, stuff that looks like this. But yeah, definitely like you can take this to the absolute limit. Make sure you actually use plan mode a lot. But that's pretty much it for this video. Like, I hope you guys make a hell lot of money from this system that I'm giving you right now, and try to improve on it. Like, this is just a scaffolding. You can definitely improve on it as you keep going. I'm also obviously gonna keep improving it. Like, this is not how I wanna use it. Like, ideally, a client emails me, Shrey, can you make this automation? Claude sees that, builds it, and it's like, hey, it's done. So that's my goal over here. And I'll kind of walk you guys through as well, like how I eventually get it done. But this is the scaffolding that any of you can use for free. And I'm sure like this is gonna generate hundreds of thousands, if not millions in cost savings, time saved, and revenue for the clients that you work with, or even for yourself if you are a founder directly using this and not an AI automation agency. So yeah, that's pretty much it. If you want to connect with me, LinkedIn's the best place. My website's there as well, and what else? Yeah, that's pretty much it. You can find me. You'll find my stuff somewhere. It's linked everywhere. All right. Very interesting video. I'm really happy for the knowledge I've given today. And I think it's gonna change a lot of lives. I just know it. Awesome. Enough rambling. See you guys in the next one. Let me know if you have any specific topics in mind. I'll create videos on that. See you guys next time. Bye bye.